Okay, so we're going to talk about a subject today which affects a lot of different illnesses, and it's leaky gut. And the reason we really should be concerned about this is because it affects a lot of stuff, right? It can cause food allergies, celiac disease, irritable bowel syndrome, asthma, atopic dermatitis, fibromyalgia, autism, heart failure, type 1 diabetes, liver disease, and the list goes on. It is really, really important to not have a leaky gut. It's like having a leaky ship, and we all know what happened to the Titanic. So what's a leaky gut? Well, that's a great question. I'm glad you asked. A leaky gut. First of all, let's go over the basic process. You all eat food, I hope. Except for the robots, you all eat food. And the food, it goes into your tummy. Pardon me, it goes into your stomach. And then it goes through your digestive system into your intestine, or rather your guts. And it gets digested in there. The waste goes out, and the nutrients go into your body. And this is a good thing. That's what we want. We want our intestine, in a normal functioning intestine, that's what happens. The nutrients get in, and the waste gets kicked out of there. So let's look at a cross-section of the guts, because that's where the magic really happens, right? It's not your stomach. Your guts are a pretty hostile environment. They're full of a lot of stuff, which is great for digesting food. But there's some cautions we have. So that blue line is as a cross-section of your intestine, and we'll create green little foodies because, you know, everything is organic and green that we eat, right? And the purple layer is that protective layer. And that has like enzymes and a bunch of good stuff and good bacteria. And what happens is in your intestine, you break up this food into smaller particles, into nutrients. And it turns into nutrients and waste. You get rid of the waste, it gets out of there, because we don't want waste in our bloodstream. Not good. But we do want nutrients. So what's that purple layer then? What's the deal with that? How does that work? Well, it's far more wavy than this in real life, but it's a single one cell deep level. Like it's one cell deep. And what it does is it has little gaps in between these cells. Very tiny gaps which allow nutrients in, but they don't allow waste in. And this is what is functioning normally. Now I like to personify things, so we're going to draw these cells as kind of like a trio of guards. We'll give them little feet. Maybe they're Smurf guards. Or maybe not. Maybe they're British guards with those funny hats. And they make the guy in the middle be very unhappy. And so these are your gut guards, right? And normally they're nice and fat, and they allow the nutrition in, but they're so fat and chubby that they only allow little tiny nutrients in, and they make all the waste go away. The problem is we have a lot of toxins in our environment, things like NSAIDs or like aspirin and antibiotics, or maybe we have food allergies, and all these kinds of things. They effectively kind of thin out these guards, and they create a gap in between them. And this gap is not good because now it allows partially digested food in, and it can't even allow toxins and waste, and that's definitely not what you want in your bloodstream. Your body can handle a lot of different things, but it doesn't like partially digested food. It's very bad. And the reason why is because your immune system, it's meant to fight things, right? Your immune system has something called T cells. These T cells are in your white blood cells, and they are great because they help you fight diseases, and they don't typically fight your food. They don't tell your body to attack the food, which is what an allergy is, your body attacking the food. But they don't like to be overworked, right? Your body does so many other things. It doesn't need to handle worrying about this undigested food and these toxin stuff actually in your bloodstream. Your intestine is supposed to get rid of that stuff. There's too many variations when you start to add like multiple different variations of food. So like peanuts, which is a common allergy, right? It's actually the toxin in the peanuts you're allergic to. And so you could develop an allergy to food because of having a leaky gut, because your body just gets sick and tired of it. And yeah, your body is awesome, and the systems it has are just incredible, but they can't handle constant assault. They need a rest. So now let's find out then, how do we plug the leak? It's a good question. Good question. I'm glad you asked. You got to rest your body, and that doesn't mean sleep. So I guess it's you got to rest your guts is what you got to rest. And how you do that? Well, we'll get into that. It's things you got to avoid certain foods. Too much alcohol is not good. There are certain drugs, certain antibiotics. If you're gonna take them, that's good. It helps you get better. But maybe supplement with like a probiotic or yogurt. If you have irritable bowel syndrome, there's some certain foods which are irritating, which I won't go into here. And then the ways to fix it. So L-glutamine is a great, the primary amino acid in your intestinal cells. NAG helps with it's a nutrient which provides a substrate for repair of those tissues. And there was a trial with people with irritable bowel syndrome, and there was good potential for that nutrient. Zinc, the deficiency in zinc has been shown to disrupt these tight junctions between the gut guards and antioxidants, vitamin C, vitamin E, beta carotene, grapeseed extract. They protect from antioxidant damage, but they also help detox. Quercetin is good for a whole bunch of things, which we won't get into. And then you can supplement your diet with a low allergy protein. For example, like organic sprouted brown rice is a great idea, and there's a bunch of other things you can look up. Hopefully we'll give you some of those in the post. So good nutrition is really important because it basically fattens up these gut guards, and that's the goal. You don't want a leaky gut. It just causes so many problems.